Well, hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of the Shooting Show, and welcome to our program today, friends. We have a great show for you. We're very close on time because we've got a lot we need to cover on today's show. But there's a couple of things. I'm holding a very special Kimber, and you know, we've said for some time that the Kimber 1911s, and certainly at this time, there are a couple of other companies on the horizon that promise to build really good 1911s, and we'll be talking more about that later. But at present, and of course we'll have to see these other 1911s to see it. Now they're being compared to Kimber quality. These are absolutely superior guns. Very special Kimber compact. This gun belongs to one of our good friends, a loyal viewer. And what's so special about this, it's chambered, of course, in 460 Rowland, has the new short compensator for the small guns. And this gun has fired 1,000 460 Rowland cartridges. And in fact, this is the barrel that we shot initially 220 or 30 of the full powered 460s, and they shot a few, I think less than 200, around 200 of the defense load, which still runs a 185 grain bullet at over 1,300 feet per second out of these small guns. And so it has had, counting for the barrel for that matter, has had over 1,000 of the full powered loads, and guess what? It has held up just great. Now, most of you, this is a small gun. In fact, what we've got coming, we have an aluminum frame model, or we have an aluminum frame being sent to us by the good people at Kimber that we're going to use in testing here on the show. But we really want to thank our good friend who went to all that trouble, 1,000 rounds, a lot of ammo. He and his wife went out and shot it. Yes, his wife shot it. So it is definitely shootable for the ladies. And realize this thing is no bigger than my hand. And it, with the full power load, it offers 44 Magnum performance. The defense load offers 41 Magnum performance. Just a phenomenal package here. And yes, I don't have the price on the Kimber compacts. The kit for the Kimber compact will also fit the Springfield Armory compact. We found that out in Colorado. So if you'd like to have one of these kits, get in line now. Mr. Clark is working on, Clark Custom Guns, of course, is working on a kit we will be selling. This one's going out. This is number 1 right here, belonging to our good friend. And he's gonna, I know it's not a huge reward for all that effort and all those shells, but he's going to get the first kit in this great Kimber. I tell you what, it is such a neat gun. Friends, again, very short on time. These half-hour programs just vanish. There are a couple of things we want to bring to your attention, one of which is we have a friend of ours, one of our viewers, that prints a terrific little newsletter. It's from New Jersey, just a terrific newsletter. And he has some great subject matter. One of the things he talks about, listen at this. Someone, I don't know who called this in, but this was to one of the radio programs that says, whenever someone like Saddam Hussein or Muammar Gaddafi, they give a speech at a political rally, sometimes tens of thousands of the spectators have full auto AK-47s hanging from their shoulder. But those leaders feel perfectly safe. And here in our own country, when Bill Clinton went to Bosnia, he was surrounded by troops that had the magazines removed from their rifles and had the bolts taken out of their M16s. Bill Clinton is terrified of his own people. Now, friends, good point here. You know, the other day I had to go in a local courthouse to see a good friend. We invited for lunch, actually, with a good friend who is a state judge here in Louisiana. And in a parish or county, parish here in Louisiana, I had to go through all kinds of metal detectors. They had all these secret codes on these doors. It was outrageous. Why has the government become so afraid of its citizens? Could it be that maybe the governing bureaucrats are starting to understand that they're going against the wishes of a good portion of the population? Might that be it? Isn't that amazing? We also want to send out a word of thanks to our good friend Bob Smith. Senator Smith was on our radio show last Sunday, and he was as of the first of this week, was conducting a filibuster in the Senate to try and stop. You know, the government wants to stop gun shows. They can't stand the fact that all gun sales in the United States are not controlled. And you know, friends, the founding fathers felt like no gun sale in the United States should be controlled by the government. You know, the founding fathers trusted the citizens, not subjects, but the citizens. This thing's gone in reverse, friends. When the government doesn't trust you and I, that's when you and I should stop trusting the government. That's the way it is. And we're here today thanks in part to your contributions. We want to thank everyone who has contributed, because that's how we're here today. Please remember our sponsors, Georgia Arms, Clark Custom Guns, the other good folks. I want to mention Dennis Crocker is making these great holsters for our 460s. These holsters are by Kramer, and they are I'm wearing it every day. It is as tough as can be. This holster and the ammo pack, $125 from Dennis Crocker. And those of you that know the quality of Kramer holsters, this is what the SEAL teams use. They use Kramer holsters made of horsehide. And these holsters have withstood tests in water, being in seawater for 11 hours, and they don't lose their ability to retain the gun. And yes, they are being made especially for our full-size 460 Rowland conversion. And yes, we probably can get them to start making holsters for the compact models. We'll have to talk to Dennis about that, but please give him a call. Our good friend Dennis Crocker there, who is the firearms trainer in South Carolina. Okay, friends, we've got a lot to do on today's show. I want to mention something to you. A lot of you bought fluid trim from us when we had it for sale. We really don't have it for sale as we speak, because our supplier was not able to continue with this. Let me tell you what, I burned my hand the other day. I was away from the house, and I said, wait a minute, fluid film has lanolin in it. Sprayed my hand, and it didn't blister, and it was severely scalded hot water burn, actually. And then I cut myself. So this fluid film is great stuff. We're going to see if we can't get some more of it. There are some retail outlets around the country that have it, but maybe we can get some more, because it is, I've never seen anything like it. It's good on guns, but it's also good for your skin. Okay, here is our viewer, our good friend out there, his Kimber Compact. And yes, I think we got some of the defense load, and realize that our defense load that you can buy from Georgia Arms still equal to a 41 Magnum, even in the small gun. It's easy to control. And just so you'll know that I don't have some wimpy target load, no, the recoil was not that bad, believe me. Yes, we have some more volunteer water bottles. I'll tell you what, it's so hot out here today that ought to be standing closer to them. See how they look, our defense load here on our 460 Kimber Compact. Yes, well, we have one more.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Friends, please help the Shooting Show stay on the air. You know, it's great sport, but it's also the very survival of our freedom as gun owners in this country. Will you please help us stay on there? We do this in part, due to a large part, through your donations. Will you please help us? Will you please help the Shooting Show stay on the air? The Shooting Show, send whatever you can. 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Dumberly, Louisiana. Zip code is 71024. Our phone number 318-377-5189. Yes, we can take credit cards. Please help support our products. And friends, please, if you can, donate whatever you can to help us stay on the air.
Now, friends, you're looking at the Georgia Arms 1-800 number, and that number is 1-800-624-6861 for a free catalog. And you see this Ruger Blackhawk, and one thing we want to let you know about, they have a huge selection of cowboy action shooting ammo, ammunition that is legal for the handguns as well as the rifles. They have a very large, the largest selection I'm aware of cowboy action shooting ammo. They're also shipping 2 versions of our .460 Rowland cartridge daily. And besides that, they have a complete line of handgun and rifle ammunition, even have some components. Now, nobody knows what's going to happen, Y2K. No one knows what the folks in Washington are going to try as far as restricting our gun rights and ammunition rights. If I were you, I would try and put some ammunition back, whether it was a 9mm or 7mm Remington Magnum, whatever I had. So please give them a call today, 1-800-624-6861. Georgia Arms, the best ammunition company in the United States, price-wise and quality-wise. Give them a call today, and please tell them you saw it here on our show.
Friends, bear in mind we're on a very tight schedule here, but let's take this compact Kimber. Realize this barrel has 1,200 and about 1,250 rounds of the heavy-duty .460 ammo through it, over 1,000 rounds of the full charge. And some people might be asking, one, about the durability of the gun, how the gun's going to hold up. Gun looks great. But let's do an accuracy test. Let's run 5 shots across the, or down range to the target. And we'll do that right now. Let's just see how well it shoots. I especially like the defense load in the smaller guns because you get superior performance and you don't get a whole heck of a lot of recoil. So let's do that right now. And we did load it. Yes, we did. Okay. Now then, good solid rest here. Push our safety off. And yeah, of course you're going to see a little more exaggerated recoil here from the bench, but certainly not, to me, not objectionable, not at all. Especially when you when you've got a load that will protect you better than anything that's ever been in the same size gun. Take your time, get settled, and yes, it's bright out here today, but there we go. Let's do it again. Okay. And let's shoot one more. I believe that's 4. All right. Put our gun on safe. Let's unload our gun. Actually, we had 6 in there. Let's check our target. Friends, here's our group. And 3 in one hole, 2 over here. Let's see what it did. Briefly. How about 1.3 inches? That is phenomenal performance from any, heck, from any 1911 or any semi-automatic pistol. Superior performance shooting the defense load for our .460. Isn't that amazing? And by the way, our good friend that did all this testing, he said, you know, he's a lot better shot. He shot 1,000 rounds through this little gun in roughly, a little over a 2-week period, I think about 2 weeks. And he says, you know, Johnny, shooting that many rounds, it's amazing how your skills improve. And friends, that's certainly a recommendation I can make. The more rounds you can put down range, but even a brick of 22s, couple of bricks of 22s, you'll be amazed at how your skill will increase. This was my aiming point, so we need to adjust the sight slightly. And of course, we have more velocity. It's going to shoot a little bit lower, but that is superior performance. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll recognize this young man, Jerry Michalik, who you've seen many times on our program. And Jerry, you're getting pretty darn close to that fastest revolver shooter in the world. In fact, you are in several categories. You recently set some records. Tell us about it.
Right here just last week in West Point, Mississippi, we tried to establish 3 new speed records, and the reason we went for 3 new speed records was the previous speed records were set with clocks that were stopwatches, and they were accurate to a 20th of a second. Right. These modern timers are accurate to a 100th of a second. So it was only fair that we tried something new with the new timing equipment. So what we did, we tried to fire 8 rounds in 1 second, which we did. So that worked out pretty good.
8 rounds in 1 second.
It was 1 second even, 15 feet, and you could cover the group with your hand. So that was one of the records. The next thing we attempted was to fire 12 rounds on 1 target with a reload. So we fired 6, did a reload, and fired 6 on 1 target, and that was 290. 2.9900.
That's fantastic. Which gun were you using?
625.
612. And I think sometime during this conversation we're going to splice in some shots that we've got of you shooting. But there's something else you did on something involving 4 targets. Is that correct, sir?
Right. We took the new Performance Center 627. We put up 4 Bianchi tombstone targets and fired 2 shots on each of the 4 targets at 15 feet in 1.06 of a second.
That's just incredible. We certainly want to congratulate you. In fact, this is going to be featured on the American Shooter television program on TNN.
Right.
And I tell you what, Jerry, we appreciate, we appreciate any coverage that you and some of these other great shooters can get on television, and we're glad that they came down to get that. And certainly, this is spectacular. Probably records that will not be beaten anytime soon.
Hope not.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
And we want to mention the good folks at Clark Custom Guns in Princeton, Louisiana, one of the most complete gun shops in the entire United States. They do all sorts of things like this specialty meltdown on this new STI gun. Also, they have an excellent staff of people to help you with guns such as these Benelli Super Black Eagles, taking 3.5-inch magnums, a complete line of handguns, semi-automatics, revolvers, all sorts of neat things in the shop there. And of course, here's Mr. Jim Clark himself out helping a customer, some of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. They have a complete line of loading supplies, loading tools, gunpowder, you name it, primers, all sorts of accessories for your guns, whatever you might need, certainly within reason. Here's Kay Clark Michalik when she's not winning championships, back working there in the office. And here's her husband, Jerry Michalik, the fastest revolver shooter in the world, when he's not winning championships at work. Here's Jim Clark Jr. back on the lathe, the same drill, when he's not winning championships, working right there in the shop. That's why you can get such complete quality of product and expertise here at Clark Custom Guns. Friends, give them a call today, area 318-949-9884. They have a great catalog. We appreciate them supporting our project.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kay Clark Michalik, certainly one of the finest women shooters in the world. And I see one of her students back over here who wants to get in the picture. And Kay, tell us, what are you doing out here this week?
This is the 1999 USPSA Junior Shooting Camp. It's our second year to have this camp. We have 10 shooters from virtually everywhere in the United States. Have just come to try to sharpen their skills a little in competition IPSC shooting.
Now, what ages do you have here?
12 to 17.
12 to 17. I see you've got some young ladies in the group now. That's encouraging.
Yes, we have 11 total this time, and three women.
Well, how long are they out here for?
They came in on Monday evening, and we'll be leaving out on Sunday. Actually, 5 days of instruction and shooting.
How many rounds do you expect they'll each fire?
We told them to bring 1,000, and some of them have already had to buy some more. So the people that really get after it, maybe as many as 1,500.
Now, this is a function of USPSA.
Yes, it is.
Well, we certainly applaud your efforts here, and it's certainly great to teach these young people. You know, it's good to see them shooting targets and not at each other, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Great.
Right, all these kids know how to handle the gun safely, and and very competently.
Well, these children would be much less likely to have an accident, say, than someone who is not familiar with guns. Am I correct?
Definitely, definitely. They all know how to handle their gun safely and know what to do if they see somebody else handling one unsafely.
Which is extremely important. Well, we're going to watch here and take a little tape footage and see what you are doing with these young people, and we certainly think it's a great concept.
Okay. Some of you are going to definitely end up on the world team one of these days. You go to international competition. The international matches have many fewer. Is that right? Anyway, they have fewer boxes to shoot out of. It's a lot of free-fire zones. They basically put some windows out there, some targets, and say, okay, go do it. In the U.S., we're a lot more actual boxes that you have to stay in, although we're getting away from that. If anybody shot the North American Championship, you saw there were very few actual shooting boxes. You might have had a box to start in and then a box to end in, but in between, you shot the targets when you could see them and the best way you thought to engage them. But since we still do have a lot of boxes in the U.S., we're going to work on this little drill up here. It's called a triangle drill. The purpose of it is to get in and out of the boxes smoothly. When we get up here, I'll show you what I want to see, and then you have a box to finish in. The only rule is the first target must be engaged from the first box, the last target must be engaged from the last box. All the other targets may be engaged anywhere. Target is right where I want to be, and I can be stepping on that last target. Actually, this is a pretty good shot with the limited gun. I don't know if I'll actually step while I'm shooting that target or not. Some people, as far as the feet position, everybody does it a little different. Actually, on this, I kind of like to keep my feet close together and then step with my left foot. Some people are going to prefer to shoot this way and then step over. That's fine, whatever you like to do. The reason I like to lead with my left foot is because if I'm going to shoot that last target while I'm moving, I can step right toward that target. And it takes a lot of the movement out. If I lead with my right foot, I'm kind of crossing over and it tends to push the gun to the left. They start thinking smooth again. I don't want to come jumping in this box. I see people do this at Badger. They come here and they run. They take a flying leap. There's no way you're going to shoot an accurate shot when you come down like that. So a few steps before you get in that box, the gun should come back up and you get to have my grip on that gun that I'm going to use to shoot. As soon as as soon as my trailing foot is off the ground, I can start shooting. Again, it's the skill level, and also the gun has a lot to do with this. When I'm shooting this 45, I'm probably going to have to wait till both feet are down, because this gun is going to push me around. If I'm shooting my 38 Super, it's no problem. I can come in and I can be shooting the first shot with a foot up, because that gun's not going to knock me off my balance. So again, your skill level and the gun you're shooting is going to determine when you make this first shot. So coming into this, bang, bang, get my foot planted. Again, stay on the right side of the box. Don't come all the way over here, because I'm fixing to go that direction. Little things. That's only one step. One step is a fraction of a second. So 2 here, 2 there, 2, 2, and 2. Again, in this case, I'll probably cross over, but whatever feels right to y'all. Bang, bang, bang. Next box. Again, same thing. I'll be pumping with my arms for about 2 steps. And as I come into this box, I know I'm going to have to turn. I prefer to come into this box with my right foot so that I can turn.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Friends, please help the shooting show stay on the air. You know, it's great sport, but it's also the very survival of our freedom as gun owners in this country. Will you please help us stay on the air? We do this in part, due to a large part, through your donations. Will you please help us? Will you please help the shooting show stay on the air? The shooting show, send whatever you can. 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Duberly, Louisiana. Zip code is 71024. Our phone number 318-377-5189. Yes, we can take credit cards. Please help support our products. And friends, please, if you can, donate whatever you can to help us stay on the air.
His name is Paul. Paul, how old are you?
16.
16. Where are you from?
Denver, Colorado.
Well, great. How you like the Louisiana heat?
It's all right.
What kind of gun are you shooting?
Para.
Para ordnance in what caliber?
40 S&W.
Well, Paul, we're certainly glad you could come down and be with this group. I'm sure you're going to learn a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Great. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name, ma'am?
Jackie Wood,
Jackie. How old are you?
17,
17. Where are you from?
Port Orchard, Washington.
Well, great. We're so glad to have you down here shooting in this course. What kind of gun are you using?
STI,
STI. What caliber?
38,
How long have you been shooting?
5 years.
Well, we're certainly glad to have you. Wish you good luck. We have a couple of the other young ladies in the group here. Why don't you tell us what your names are, how old you are. Start with this young lady here on the right.
I'm Brittany and I'm
You got
12.
to really watch your feet.
Brittany, where are you from?
Austin, Texas.
Well, good for you. What kind of gun are you shooting?
An STI 38 caliber.
Well, good for you. How long have you been shooting?
2 years.
Well, we certainly wish you a lot of luck. And what's your name?
Stephanie Huff,
Stephanie. Where are you from, Stephanie?
Hackett, Arkansas,
And how old are you?
15,
Well, how long have you been shooting?
about a year and a half,
Good. What kind of gun are you shooting?
45 para.
Well, Stephanie, we hope you have a great time. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Lake Miguez,
Blake. Where are you from?
UI Berry, Louisiana, just south of here.
Uh-huh. And how old are you?
17.
Good for you. What kind of gun you shooting?
Dawson Precision 38 Super, STI,
Uh-huh. Good equipment. How long have you been shooting?
about 5 years.
Well, good for you. Wish you a lot of good luck, Blake.
Thank you.
Okay, download the sight picture. Load when you're ready.
I'm fast walking the whole thing. Water.
Get ready. Stand by. Hold when you're ready.
That ain't gonna bother me any. Understand, I'm not gonna watch it.
I need sunscreen.
Well, whatever.
Remember your trigger prep here. Stay smooth on the trigger.
Yeah. I didn't have
Whenever
any
you're
on
ready.
this band, I didn't burn. A little.
Duty is ready. Stand by.
Lots of footwork here. Good. Good. Oh, have a little mouth. There you go. She got it. Again, technique. Speed will come later. Get the technique.
That's right. Now move.
And now for our support group for shooting headquarters on the internet at www.shooters.com. Also, Dennis Crocker, these great Kramer holsters in South Carolina, area 864-587-8722. Custom leather work and saddlery in Denham Springs, Louisiana, area 225-667-9225. To paint your gun stock, call Camouflage Technologies, area 909-674-6488. Great artwork on the web, Flying Horse Galleries, www.flyinghorse.net. BC Armory in East Leroy, Michigan, area 616-729-5508. Also, www.bcarmory.com. And Cottrell Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling in Tuscumbia, Alabama, area 256-381-1887. We'll see you on the next show, and don't touch that dial. The gospel show is coming up now.